Hi guys, and welcome back to another video which we're recording on Wednesday the 18th of March 2020. Totally different circumstances as what we normally do. We normally do predictions for the Premier League on this channel, but of course all football in the United Kingdom and mostly across most of Europe, not all of Europe, which we'll come to a little bit later on in the video, has been postponed until, well, in the UK,
for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, until the 3rd and 4th of April. But
that's
with
not gonna happen. Daily
developments that have been happening in the UK and across Europe, that is likely to be pushed back to, well, we don't know when. But earlier today, the EFL made a statement, which I'll just go through with you now, on what's going to happen, because it does look like there is going to be a conclusion in some way to the football in the English Football League. How this affects the Premier League, because I don't think there's been a statement out of the Premier League at the moment, but I'm sure that will come out in the coming days or coming weeks. So I'll briefly just have a quick look at the EFL statement which came out today. The primary objective, in order to protect competition integrity, to deliver a successful conclusion to the 2019-2020 season, subject to the overriding priority around health and well-being. Plans continue to be developed on the agreed principle that it is in the best interests of the EFL and clubs to complete the current season at the appropriate times. That means if the season doesn't kick back into life in June, July, even possibly August, be it. Whether games take place behind closed doors, in front of the fans again, or they could decide it amongst themselves, but there will be some sort of conclusion. So from what the statement is saying there, it won't be...
They will not void it at all.
It won't be void. They also mentioned about financial support for the member clubs, in saying as part of the league's continued contingency planning, the board heard the comments and observations of EFL clubs before discussing a number of issues, including the current financial position and implications, insurance, regulatory matters and broadcasting arrangements. Discussions centred on financial relief for clubs in the short term, and while there is no one single solution, measures are put in place to immediately assist with cash flow via a 50 million short-term relief package. So the likes of Southend, who find themselves at the wrong end of Division 1. I think they've got a massive tax bill down there, something like about 600,000, I believe, to be in debt down there. They will probably be helped out there, but of course you've got clubs all across the EFL who've got to pay their players. They've got staff members as well, all go, be it full-time or part-time, they have to pay these people. Yeah, very, very sad situation. Just going to the Southend example, they were due to have fixtures against the likes of Sunderland, Portsmouth, Bolton, and these clubs do bring in a lot of away fans. So the cash that generates, Southampton at the moment won't be getting, but there is this £50 million relief fund that has been set up. So looking at that, Nathan, what are your feelings on the statement today from the EFL?
It's definitely the right decision, not making it null and void, because personally I think that would be highly unfair, especially with the way that the league is panning out at the moment, where it's really tight at the top and everything.
At the top of the championship at the moment, because you've got a lot of clubs there just vying for those playoff places. We know that Leeds and West Brom are a little bit further ahead, and if it was, it would be one of the outcomes could have been, we'll stop the season now, and that those clubs would go to the Premier League.
But then again, that wouldn't be fair, because I was speaking to a Swansea, deluded, let me add, Swansea fan today, saying that the first 3 teams should go up, and then they should maybe do a playoff if that doesn't work, if people aren't happy about the first 3 going up, or just do the playoffs as they are now, which is just not fair at all. Because
No.
what about the other teams who are in contention of it, or on goal difference to get in the playoffs?
That's
It's
right.
not fair at this stage of the season. They have not prepared for it.
And of course, relegation is a bit of a dogfight down there
Very-
at the
yeah.
bottom of the EFL
Really
as
tight.
well, and in Division 2 and Division 1 as well. So at the moment, the Premier League haven't laid out their plans. I'm sure they will follow suit as well.
I imagine.
So
they
what
will.
the EFL has done, because I know the FA is going to be involved in
They have to be.
all this as well.
So
So
I like what they've done with the financial support as well. That's
It
much
is-
needed with 50 million.
it's 50 million there initially, but the government as well have also said that they will help out. You know, not as well as businesses throughout the UK.
Mhm.
I think the football clubs in the country will be helped out as well financially, but we'll get to see this you know, over the coming days, coming weeks, and possibly months as well. But I just want it to get back to normality.
Mhm.
Go out on a Saturday afternoon, go and watch your team play, watch the matches on the television as well. And the sooner that happens, the better. But it's not just football, Nathan, that's been affected.
No,
There's
everything's
lots of other
affected.
sports as well. Of course, we've got the London Marathon being put back to the autumn. I think it's October. It's going to be around the boat
Same day
race.
as the Cardiff Marathon as well.
Mm,
Cardiff half.
yeah.
So what are the runners going to do there?
I know. The boat race has been cancelled. Horse racing has stopped from today,
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Grand National's off as well.
Grand National has been completely
I
postponed.
imagine that Royal
It's-
Ascot has been postponed as well.
Yeah, all that sort of thing. The Rugby Union, of course, we're in the middle of the Six Nations as well. That has been, at the moment, postponed.
Wales Scotland was called off the literally hours, not even 24
I think
hours
it was,
before
yeah,
the game.
the evening.
Because I
before.
remember we were driving through on our way to Cardiff, all the players, all the Scottish fans lining up outside the hotels
That's right.
and everything, wanting to get back on the plane straight back to Scotland.
But then on the Saturday when we
Really
did
frustrating.
go out, they were there waiting to go into Cardiff by the looks of it for a good bit of a good session in the city of
Yeah.
Cardiff. But yeah, lots of things have been suspended, like tennis, the WTA tournaments, the ATP tournaments. They're currently suspended for 6 weeks until the April 20th. I could probably see that going back again.
That's going to be
Cricket as well. Cricket season's about to start in the UK, but that's all been pushed back. There are some one-day internationals between India and South Africa, which have been played behind closed doors. Formula One season, what's happening there? Nicky?
Disaster. So Australia's off. The Chinese one was off anyway. Bahrain's off, which is the second in the calendar, and also the first ever Vietnam Grand Prix, which I've kind of been looking forward to, even though the course doesn't look too good. It's really just straights on it, but that's been postponed as well,
yeah.
which is a shame because that was the first ever one. But
Yeah.
that was mainly after after McLaren pulled out after one of their staff members got caught for the virus. But it's going to be a shame to see because next year you have all the rule changes in F1, where you have a more standardisation of the cars. So it would have been interesting to see what happens with the last ever season in this model, but we might not see that now.
Yeah, UFC, who normally you know, that normally gets around these different situations, and fight night events on March 21st and 28th and the 11th of April, they've been postponed. In America as well, the likes of American football, their pre-season, that's all been pushed back. Basketball,
And also the NFL is good. The XFL, which is a new tournament this year, starting back up because it got scrapped a few years ago. That's been completely cancelled. I've heard they're not even doing it this year. They played a few games and gone.
Yeah. Basketball, of course, has been suspended until further notice. Ice hockey as well.
Cardiff Devils, all their matches are off.
Yeah, in the NHL I'm talking about as well. That's all been suspended.
All gone.
Cardiff Devils, you know, the elite league in Britain has been suspended, I believe. Lots of athletics being suspended as well. But there are some things that are still going on at the moment, Nathan. Tell me about WrestleMania.
Well, WrestleMania. It was originally set to take place in Tampa. The Tampa authorities were not happy about it, even though I think WWE wanted it behind closed doors. So that's been moved to the training facility in Orlando. But they're trying to get Madison Square Garden, so it looks a bit less rubbish.
Interesting, in the centre of New York.
In the
as
centre
well.
of New York, yeah. But then again, that'll be behind closed doors, and they put all of their shows, Raw, SmackDown, the lot, behind closed doors in the training facility up till then, so they're not cancelling anything.
Yeah, the Olympics at the moment still scheduled by the IOC.
I know, lots of criticism there.
Or lots of it. 24th of July, the Olympics supposed to be starting, and of course the boxing, in I think it was in London, that was going on behind closed doors, but that's all been postponed at least now. Maybe it's been cancelled, but I think last I heard it had been postponed. But there is still some football going on at the moment. So if we just go into screen mode, so as you can see, that lots of postponements all around Europe. There's some international club friendlies that are still on, but the main one really is the Turkish Superliga, which is still going ahead. So you've got the likes of Besiktas still playing at home. I'm not sure if these games are behind closed doors or still with fans in the ground there. First division as well of the Turkish league still on, but if you look, everywhere else is postponed. Wales, where we're from, Cyprus, all across Europe. I know that this week there have been matches as well in Brazil and in Argentina, but it looks like they've all been hit as well with all these postponements. There we are, Brazil. All these matches are now being postponed, and in Argentina as well. But it looks like there is one there in the Paraibano. Looks like Parabiano PB against SC Lego Sega is still ahead, I believe, and this one here has got limited coverage, which is Ronaldinho's Row against Porto Velo EC/Rome.
So basically all of the lower leagues then in Brazil.
Looks that way. So football across the whole of the planet at the moment is pretty much non-existent. Everyone's playing FIFA. A lot of people play FIFA. However, we haven't actually touched on the Fantasy Football League
in a while.
In the videos.
Well, I haven't touched mine at all in a while either.
I'm still playing along every week, studying, analysing, of course. But let's have a quick look at the Bluebirdlegend Fantasy League. We put it at the end of the videos, just a quick snippet. It's there for about 10-15 seconds. But at the moment, in first place, we've got William City, managed by William Robinson, who's currently on 1,727 points. Followed by Big Bang Attack, managed by Cutty AXX, who trails on 1,703 points. Myself, I'm currently in 24th position with a score of 1,603 points. So if we just have a quick look at my team as it stands, I'm in 342,888th position in the world. As you can see, I've got Henderson in goals of Sheffield United. Also Sheffield United, we've got Lundstrom, Bellerin of Arsenal, Gomez, Aurier of Spurs. In midfield, we've got Fernandes, who's doing absolute wonders for Manchester United until the enforced break, of course. De Bruyne of Man City, Salah, who's currently my vice-captain, Aubameyang up front, Jimenez and Calvert-Lewin. And on my bench, I've got Patricio in goals from Wolves, Campbell, Traore, who we know he's got these injury issues at the moment, and Norton. So I'm hoping to make at some point some transfers then. When those are going to happen, we don't know. If you are to make transfers, if you want to get people in, people out, you can do them on these, I think, game week 30, 31. What will happen with the league then after game week 31? I don't know, because normally they don't expand the season. They try and truncate these missed weeks into the the following week. So on one game week you may have two matches, or two teams will play twice. Possibly with this we could see it play 3 or 4 teams, or there may be some wizardry from the programmes in the Premier League Fantasy Football, where they may actually extend it depending on when football gets back to normal in the Premier League. But if you want to read all about that, you can do on the Premier League Fantasy Football website. Euros postponed as well until 2021. So not happiest times at the moment. Nathan, before we go, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Well, sub to my channel, link in description below. Depends what's going to happen now with everything.
And what's happening with you, with school and everything?
My sixth form's doing a partial closure this week, or my school's doing a partial closure this week, so year 7, 8 and 9, which, work it out if you're not from this country, is closed for all pupils, and then year 9, 10, 11, 12, year 10, 11, 12, 13, which I'm in 13, That's still remaining open, but it's
until Friday.
Until Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's only if they can get the staff, because I think in my place 20 staff were off today. And not only that, I heard something from the WJC to say my A-level exams have been cancelled, so I don't have a clue what's going on there.
We'll have to look into that a little bit more, but yeah, schools in Scotland, Wales and England all closing this Friday. Sorry I haven't been happier news for you, but we've got some free time now over the next few weeks, or I'm still in work of course, but on the weekends, etc., we can provide you with more videos, more content, but let us know what you'd like to see on the channel in this
pop in the description, guys.
Hard times.
Pop your thoughts in the description as well about everything, what you think.
Absolutely, and yeah, I know we've got a lot of followers from around the world, the likes of Singapore, the Far East, Africa, the likes of Ghana and Kenya and everything. Tell me how you're dealing with the situation in your countries. Europe as well, we've got a lot of followers in Spain, where you guys are on lockdown at the moment, Italy, Germany, Russia as well, and the United States, South America, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, Paraguay, Bolivia, I believe. We've got some followers as well. Let us know how you guys are getting on, how are you feeling at the time without football at the moment. But for now, Nathan, we'll bid you all a healthy and safe week, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.